Have you ever wondered what hell could be like? Picture a realm shrouded in darkness, where hope is a forgotten word and pain, an eternal companion. This is not just a figment of our darkest nightmares, but a concept that has held humanity in its icy grip for centuries. From the fire-laden pits of Christian belief to the freezing cold Naraka of Buddhism, every culture, every religion has its own unique interpretation of hell. In Greek mythology, Tartarus is a deep abyss where the wicked are punished, while in Islamic tradition, Jahannam is a place of scorching fire and boiling water. These depictions, as diverse as they are, all share a common theme: a place of unimaginable suffering and torment. A place where mercy and comfort are strangers. There's a chilling uniformity in these visions of dread, a testament to our shared fear of punishment and retribution. Can you imagine being trapped in a place of eternal torment? Picture this: you awake, not in your comfortable bed but in a place of unimaginable horror. You feel an intense heat that sears through your very soul. It's a heat so profound, so absolute that it's more than just a sensation. It's a reality that consumes your entire being. You feel it in your pores, in your bones, gnawing at the very essence of who you are. It is a heat that doesn't just burn, it devours. The darkness around you is not the comforting kind, the one that brings a peaceful night's sleep. No, this is a darkness that is tangible, a darkness that is alive. It is a darkness that swallows all light, hope, and sense of time. It's a void, an abyss, a black hole that pulls you further into its depths with every passing moment. The sounds of the damned echo in your ears, a cacophony of despair. The air is filled with the agonizing wails of the lost, the screams of the forsaken, and the desperate pleas of the doomed. It is a symphony of suffering, a chorus of chaos, a testament to torment. Your heart pounds in your chest, a relentless drum echoing your fear. Every beat is a reminder of the reality you now face. You're not dreaming. This is real as the pain that courses through your veins, as real as the terror that grips your heart. The confusion sets in, a cold, creeping dread that wraps its icy fingers around your mind. How did you get here? Why are you here? The questions whirl around in your head, each one more terrifying than the last. But there are no answers, only the chilling realization that this is your new reality. The fear is crippling, a monstrous entity that consumes you. It's a primal fear, an unyielding terror that roots you to the spot, that steals your breath, that turns your blood to ice. It is the fear of the unknown, the fear of eternity, the fear of endless torment, and thus begins an eternity of torment. What could be worse than the fear of the unknown? Perhaps the known. There's a certain dread in knowing what awaits you, especially when it's a torment beyond your wildest nightmares. Imagine a realm where the soul is stripped bare, exposed to the raw elements of suffering. Here in the bowels of hell, the protagonist finds himself. His torment begins with a physical onslaught, as if his very existence is under siege. Flames that burn but do not consume, a heat that sears the soul but leaves the body intact, a perpetual torment that seems to have no end. The pain is relentless, a constant reminder of his predicament. But the physical agony is just the beginning. A deeper, more insidious torment awaits. The psychological horrors of hell are designed to break the spirit, to shatter the soul into a million pieces. Our protagonist is subjected to an endless replay of his deepest fears, his most haunting regrets. Every mistake, every missed opportunity, every hurtful word echoes through the cavernous halls of his mind. The tormentors of hell know well that the mind can be a person's worst enemy. Imagine your darkest fear come to life. Your most dreaded nightmare made real. Now imagine living it not once, not twice, but over and over again. This is the psychological torment the protagonist endures. It's a torment that gnaws at the very core of his being, a torment that leaves him yearning for the sweet release of oblivion. But there is no escape, no respite. The torment is eternal, the suffering unending, yet, amid this relentless torment, the protagonist clings to the faintest glimmers of hope. He endures, not because he has the strength to, but because he has no other choice. His spirit, though battered and bruised, refuses to break. His soul, though scorched and scarred, refuses to succumb. But the worst is yet to come. Even in the face of such unimaginable horror, the protagonist knows that there are deeper, darker corners of hell yet to be explored. His torment has only just begun. In the midst of suffering, a glimmer of hope can be the cruelest torment of all. Imagine, if you will, our protagonist, already battered and weary, glimpsing a beacon of solace in the midst of the inferno. An ethereal glimmer, a soft, comforting light that promises respite from the relentless torment. It's a beacon that whispers of a respite, a chance to catch one's breath, to gather strength, to continue the fight. Perhaps it's not a light, but a voice, a soothing melody that cuts through the cacophony of hellish screams, a melody that sings of home, of peace, of a reality far removed from this infernal existence. It wraps around the protagonist like a warm blanket, offering a moment of comfort, a moment of sanity amidst the relentless madness. Or could it be a moment of respite, a sudden lull in the torment, a pause in the suffering that allows our protagonist to believe, if only for a fleeting moment, that this nightmare might be at an end. But as quick as it appears, the glimmer fades, the voice goes silent, and the respite ends. The beacon of hope, that promising light, is snuffed out, leaving our protagonist in a darkness more profound than before. The soothing voice is drowned out by the resurgence of torment, its sweet melody replaced by the discordant symphony of suffering. The moment of respite is shattered, replaced once again by the relentless, unforgiving torment. The glimmer of hope, the distant voice, the moment of respite, they were all illusions, mirages conjured by the cruel landscape of hell itself. They serve only to intensify the horror, to heighten the sense of despair, to make the suffering all the more unbearable. They are not promises of relief, but reminders of what has been lost, of what can never be regained. Hell, it seems, has a cruel sense of humor. What can one learn from such a place of torment? A question that rings in the air as our protagonist, mired in the depths of despair, begins to see the light. Not a literal light, mind you. There are no gleaming rays of hope in this abyss. This light is an epiphany, a realization that the torment he endures is not arbitrary but a reflection of his own life. In life, our protagonist was not a saint. He was a man of many flaws, of missteps and misdeeds, a man who thought little of the consequences of his actions. Now each flame that licks his skin echoes the pain he inflicted on others. Every chain that binds him is a tangible reminder of the relationships he strained with his thoughtlessness. The relentless heat is the anger he once carried in his heart, now turned against him. What a cruel, yet fitting punishment. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. A simple law of physics, applied to the metaphysical realm. The protagonist's torment is not the result of some demonic whim, but the consequence of his own actions, mirrored back at him in the most brutal of ways. But there's a lesson to be learned here. Hell is not just a place for punishment, it's a place for reflection. It's a mirror, held up to the soul, revealing the true nature of our actions, and in the protagonist's case, it's a wake-up call. A call to change, to mend his ways, to seek forgiveness, and to strive for redemption. Remember, every action has a reaction, every choice a consequence. Our protagonist learns this lesson the hard way, but it's a lesson we all need to keep in mind, because whether we like it or not, we are the architects of our own fate. We shape our destiny through our actions. Hell is not just a place of torment, but a mirror reflecting our own actions back at us. A chilling thought, but also a powerful reminder of the importance of our choices and the impact they can have on our lives and beyond. So, what happens when the torment ends? Or does it ever truly end? These are the questions we grapple with as we explore the aftermath of our protagonist's harrowing journey. Imagine having traversed the fiery pits, faced unthinkable horrors, and somehow, against all odds, survived. The physical torment may have subsided, but the psychological scars remain. The echoes of hellish screams, the vivid images of torment, they all linger, etched deep in the recesses of the mind. Such an experience is not easily forgotten. It haunts every waking moment, casting long, dark shadows over even the brightest of days. And in the silence of the night, the memories come alive, replaying the horrors in a never-ending loop. Hell, it seems, is not just a place one visits, but a burden one carries. It is a haunting reminder of the darkness that can exist, not just out there, but within us as well. Perhaps the true horror of hell is not in the experiencing, but in the remembering.